Hey everyone, I'm Jack Hammer, and I'm back again with another look at Trey Lance. Today I want to go ahead and take a look at Trey Lance versus Missouri State. This is a game that he had one of his higher attempt games of the 2019 season. His one full season at North Dakota State, and we keep hearing more and more throughout this week that Lance is a guy that could go to the 49ers. When you take a look at Lance, one of the things that jumps off the screen when you watch him compared to all the other top 5 quarterbacks that are going in this draft is the amount of time that he spends under center. He spends a tremendous amount of time there compared to all the other guys. You're going to see Mac Jones get under center every once in a while. You're going to see Justin Fields get under center once in a while. But this guy plays under center consistently, whether it's in the run or in the passing game. And you're going to let's kind of go through it. And as it rolls on, I'll point out some areas where some of the things that they're doing would be similar to what he'd be doing if he was with the 49ers. So let's go ahead and let it roll. Again, this is Missouri State. This is actually one of their tighter games of the season. Missouri State's defense played really well in this game. They're going to come out as usual with North Dakota State. They're going to come out running. He comes out under center right away. A couple of running plays to start the game. On first down here, and then they'll do it again on second down, 2nd and 9. One of the things about this is the running game just doesn't really get going like you've seen if you've watched the other videos that I put together with Lance on these full game breakdowns. They're not able to just rip off 10 yards a pop like they usually do. So a couple of runs there to start this game off, and sorry, I jumped ahead there. And let's go ahead and take a look at this one here. I think this is going to be their first pass attempt of the game. It looks like it's 3rd and 4. And this is just going to be a quick little hitch out to the right side. This is a really nice play by Lance. And if we go back, let's just go back to the play again. The key here is they're going to be running hitches with both of these two inside receivers. As this play gets ready to roll, you'll see the safety that's sitting right there about the 45-yard line, or 40-something. He's going to roll back. 29, who's a linebacker, is going to step out, and he becomes the defender that he needs to read. So if 29 stays inside, he's got to go to the second receiver from the sideline. If 29 slides into the flat, that's going to leave a hole. Let's roll it through, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you can see them start to roll, and at this point right now, he's reading 29. That's who he's looking at. If 29 stays right here, he's gonna throw it to the second receiver from the sidelines. If 29 goes to the flat, he's gonna stick it on the inside guy. He goes to the flat. That leaves a nice gap between the safety and the receiver, gives him a nice cushion, and he zips that ball in there for a first down. The receiver does a good job getting to the sticks, sitting down right there, hits them, and they get a first down. So, we see this a lot with Trey Lance through these videos. They're very they usually give him a very easy throw to start the game off with, and this is an easy one here. Nice easy read, does a great job with it, and hits the right guy. It's not a real tough throw. And now they come out here with this trips formation, and they're going to run a vert. They have a guy across the middle, but he's covered well. He takes this deep shot, and they almost hit it. This is actually a really nice ball. Let's roll it back to the beginning. This is a really nice ball from Trey Lance on this one. He's looking in the middle of the field. He's got the safety sitting. Knows he has one-on-one coverage on the left side, and he puts it out there. And really, as we watch this from the end zone view, the only reason this isn't complete is the receiver, at least I think, is the receiver doesn't run through the catch. You're going to see at the end of this play, the receiver is going to stop his feet. Either that or they get tangled up. You see that he kind of loses his footing, so he loses his forward momentum. If you watch it in slow-mo, kind of pay attention to his feet. You'll notice he kind of gets tangled up on his own. He takes himself down, and that's why the ball ends up just a tad long. So that's a really good ball by Lance. If his receiver stays up, that's a catch and a big gain. At least that's what I think on this one. So, again, that was a good shot down the sideline. Good ball. Just needs to get a little bit of help from his receiver on that one. And I think we see that a couple of times in this game. I've watched so much film with Lance lately, going through this again, that some of the games kind of blend together. So, but I think we're going to see that again as this game rolls along. So then they come out here 2nd and 10, running the ball, and they get nothing. Missouri State stuffs it. They said they did a really good job on this one. And then we got 3rd and 10. And he hits his back foot. He's got this crosser, and he sees it, the way that it opens up. He knows he's got that guy, and he just puts it out in front of him a little too much. You can see that really well from this angle. From the all-22, we know that he's got it. The receiver over here, who I think is the one in motion, he's going to have a guy that's taking the defense out so that he can have this crosser. It's wide open, and he misses them. I don't know if it's maybe because the referee sitting right in the middle of the field, or if it's just a bad throw. But he definitely leads them a little too far, so they miss it. They miss it in the first down. It was a good call. They miss it there, and they end up having to punt on their first possession of the game. So again, first series of the game, I kind of always like to do a little recap. He has a really nice read and hit on the first throw. His second throw is a deep shot that he puts a good ball out there, and the receiver trips on his own. And then on that 3rd and 10 ball, he just leads them a little bit too far. So, all in all, not terrible, not bad. They come back here, 1st and 10, play action. And this is a really nice curl route that he throws to the outside. So the receiver doesn't necessarily need to go down like he does. But what I like about this one is, I'm going to slow it down just slightly for you. Look at the time he's throwing that ball before he turns around. This is one of the things I talk about with Mac Jones a lot when I break down Mac Jones, or if you hear me ever talking about Mac Jones on the various shows that I'm doing with, is that my thing with Mac Jones, the part why I like him so much, is his anticipation and quickness of getting the ball out of his hand to his receivers. You see that here. The ball's coming out of Lance's hand so quick. You don't really see it from the end zone view, but if we look at it from here, hits his last step. He looks at the tight end. He's covered. He knows he's got the curl, and he sticks it on him. A little bit better ball would have helped, but really like the anticipation, the throw here. This is something that we could see him similar to what you'd see him running with the 49ers. Niners like to do it more with their inside receiver, and then they usually run them to about 15 to 20 yards. So it's a similar concept, but different at the same time. But that's a really nice one. And then here, this is a play that we'll see constantly throughout this game. So they've motioned that man across. He's going to run a little quick out. And this is money. There's no way that this linebacker, they've motioned him out before the ball snapped. He knows he's got one-on-one, that his read is this linebacker on this man. Even if they're in a zone, the safety is going to drop. He's got this corner is going to drop with his receiver here. And he's got he's got a one-on-one matchup between his receiver and a linebacker. There's no way this linebacker is going to be able to cover it, especially with the inside leverage that he's holding. Boom, snaps, nice ball, converts it for a first down. Unfortunately, there's a penalty on the play, so it gets called back. But just the concept that you see there, you're going to see them coming back to that play throughout this game. It's something that they saw in the way that Missouri State adjusted their motions, and they knew that they could hit it. And anytime they get into a situation where it's a short yardage situation where they got to pick up a first down, you're going to see them come back to this throughout this game. Really nice concept, and it's really, really good execution by the quarterback. Easy pitch and catch. So he leaves them with a 2nd and 12 now, or 2nd and 7, excuse me. Now they get another false start. That's right. So they were from 2nd and 2. They had a penalty on the throw that converted a first. Then they have another penalty here. Gives them a loss of another 5. So now they're in 2nd and 12. And then in this situation, they're going to come out with this heavy look and run the ball. It almost looks like something that we saw from the 49ers back in the Harbaugh days, with the heavy set in the backfield like that. So anyway, jump from that. We got 3rd and 8 now. They'll run, at least shortens up the 3rd down situation. Straight drop back, does a good job, looks left, comes back right, and he hits it for a first down on the crosser. Again, the ball's not really, this is a completion. This is one of those things where if we look at the numbers, you can say, Trey Lance is accurate. Look at the numbers, whatever, from his completion percentage. But this is a ball that's not accurate. It's a little low. If this ball's up, they get more yardage out of the play. As it is, at least they convert the first down. They keep the drive along. And let's take a look from here, because what you're going to see, he's going to look left to start with. He's going to see the middle opening up because the linebacker is going to move. So he's going to come back to the other side. See everybody taking to the left. He knows he's got to come back, finds it, and he hits it for a first down. So really nice play out of Lance there. It's one of the things, the more and more you watch him play and you really study him, he just plays really well out of the pocket a lot. And he'll miss throws every once in a while, but he more often than not is able to play from the pocket and make throws. There's some things that definitely he needs to work on with that, but there's definitely a lot to work with, I think, for Kyle Shanahan. If that's the pick, this is the direction they go at 3. If you listen to what he said, hold on, let's go. There's not a pass play here. This is a really nice job. Again, this is an easy pitch and catch because they get it. But what I like about this one is let's watch it in slow motion. I just think it shows it better. He's going to get pressure, and he's doing a really good job on this one of staying with the play, keeping his eyes downfield, avoiding pressure, and delivering the ball. He's going to be reading down here to the left. He's got the receiver is going to take it deep, and the tight ends, it's really almost a busted coverage because what's happened, they're going to blitz. You're going to see it here. Oops, he gets caught. Everything kind of rotates. At that point, he knows what's happening. He can see what's coming. The linebacker drops back, but then as soon as the ball's snapped, he blitzes again. They leave the tight end uncovered. He does a good job, though, of stepping up to avoid the rush and hits him right between the numbers. Easy pitch and catch. Good job of reading it. Good job of moving in the pocket to avoid some pressure. It's not a super hard, not a lot of pressure there, not really tough, but let's watch what he does. You're going to see it coming off of the right edge. He sees what's going on. This is another part of it too. He sees all what's going on in front of him with this, and he's making checks at the line of scrimmage. Play action turns his back to the defense still, even though he thinks there's pressure. Good job stepping up, resetting, and he drives that ball right into the tight end. That's a really nice ball. Really nice play. And then it's so it's now they're down to the 24, 1st and 10. They're going to run the ball here, so I'll fast forward through this 1st and 10 play. And they only gain about 3 yards, so it leaves them with a 2nd and 7 at the 20. And here's a play. This is something that we haven't seen from the 49ers necessarily, this play, but we've seen the jet sweep plenty of times. It's one of the things they ran a ton last year with Jimmy Garoppolo, where they'd run this guy across and hand it off to him. In this situation, this is a play where something that they could run off of it with this guy there, with Trey Lance. Not something they might want to do a lot, especially if he's a franchise quarterback. But hey, Cam Newton is a guy that's built very much like Trey Lance that we saw run stuff like this quite a bit in Carolina back when he first came into the league. This is a nice play that kind of comes off of that. Have Deebo Samuel come into motion, fake that to him, and then running him right up the middle. That's the kind of thing that could possibly happen with Trey Lance with the 49ers. So, then they get the 2-point conversion after that. Just kind of, there's going to be some running plays. I'm going to let it run in the background. But, kind of what my point that I was getting to before the next passing play had come up there earlier was if you remember back to the press conference after the trade was made, one of the things that Kyle Shanahan had mentioned with all these athletic quarterbacks that are kind of coming out in this class was he really wants to find a guy that's a strong arm quarterback, big, strong, can sit in the pocket, deliver, but also make plays with his legs when plays break down. That's a perfect description of Trey Lance all the way through. Here's a guy that lines up under center, can run all of his play action game. You can see it, and you watch through this film and any of the films that I've done with him previously. He's very consistent with that. When plays break down, he's able to move and make plays there. So it's just, it's throughout. You're seeing plays with Lance that translate to what Kyle Shanahan likes to do with the 49ers in his offense. And you can see how he could step into the offense and run it probably pretty quick. Maybe not week one, but early on in the season, and be able to execute. And he probably could come in and execute even just a basic game plan if the 49ers have the running game going. The other thing that I really like about Lance, and I kind of mentioned this a while back too, is his movement ability is going to create problems for the defense because they've got to account for it, which is something that they don't have to do right now. Defenses don't have to account for the quarterback at all when it comes to being able to make plays with their legs. Lance is the guy that can move around. He could force a defense to basically have to put a spy on him, which is going to take a guy out of coverage, or they're going to respond more to him, to his movement with play action rollouts and things like that, which could open up plays down the field for shot plays that Kyle Shanahan likes to run. So just a couple of things to think about as you're watching through this video and the other ones. They're backed up here, and this right here. This is North Dakota State. Through so much of their film, they're backed up, and they hit this big run right here to get out of a deep situation. They had 1st and 15, I think this was, and they're just running a little outside zone, a little reverse pivot on the handoff coming out from underneath the center. Nice gain down the sideline. And then they're going to run the ball again. So let's jump to his next pass. Here he's out of center again. So, what we just saw right there, I just fast forwarded through. Here's a situation where you got a couple of guys, maybe Kyle Juszczyk lining up at tight end through a motion. He motions back into the backfield. So they go from what looks like a 12 formation personnel grouping kind of thing to a 21 personnel. Obviously, the defense is going to be calling out 21 ahead of time, but just the way that they were lining up and motioned into a different group, and then they get a little bit of motion after and a run. All very similar stuff to 49ers movement pre-snap. Now they got second 5. We're going to see play action right here out of the shotgun. On this one, he's got a couple of things going on. You're going to have the motion across, and that's where the fake's going to come, right behind that. That man that's in motion is going to be coming up and basically running a wheel route up the left sideline. He's got a vertical route out of the tight end and another vertical route out of the receiver to the right side. The vertical guy on the outside cuts it off. So he's got the deep middle now. And he actually throws it of the 3 receivers, this is the guy to go to, the most open. This running back has gotten covered up pretty well. The out is covered. He's got the tight end down the middle. It's pretty well covered, pretty tight coverage. It gives him a shot at the ball. It's overthrown. In that situation, that's what you want. You want that ball to either be dropped in or over his head. That's really good coverage underneath him. Good job of stepping away from it and putting it up to him. Just runs out of room on the back end. Not a bad play out of Lance there. And now they've got 3rd and 5. It'll be a run. Little handoff. The Southern Miss and Missouri State in this one just does such a good job of stopping the run in this game compared to, they had the one big gain that they gave up at the start of this drive, but throughout they do a really good job of shutting down the running game. They really take that away. And then here on 4th and 5, you're going to see them try to run a little screen to the running back. The defense does a really good job here as well. He's going to try to hit him. It's not open. There's nothing there. The ball gets batted down. They get a break, though. There's a penalty on the defense, so it gives them a 1st down. Let's watch it again from the back. You're going to see the play action, and then you'll see the running back set up right around where the tackle is right now. But they just get a little bit too much pressure in his face, and the man's able to jump up and they got to get a little bit. You got on screens, you want to let guys get upfield, but you got to get a hand on them a little bit. They don't slow them down enough. Let's watch 27. He's untouched. You gotta get on him a little bit. He's right between Lance and the running back. There's nothing really Lance can do. Like I said, they get a break there. They get a first down, running play on first. They get some nothing. Then here on 2nd and 10, they're gonna get a nice run out to the left, I believe it is. Yep. And they get a first down. So now you're going to get to see them in the red zone, 1st and goal from about the 9. Let's slow this one down just a little bit before it starts. He's dropping back. He's looking left. It's a well covered to the left. Now he looks to the middle. It's well covered there. Steps up, looks to the right. And when he's kind of stepped up a little bit too far and gets himself into trouble. Would have liked to have seen him when he stepped up kind of start to slide to his right a little sooner. Let's watch this one from the end zone. You'll see what I'm saying. When he gets to his back step, he's looking to the left, and it's well covered. They've kind of got a mesh concept going on between the 2 tight ends and the running back over there. They get it covered up really well. Missouri State does. So he's got to start working across the field. And you'll see him do that. Boom, it's not open. He tries to go to the middle. It's covered. Steps up. Now I want to see him slide to the right a little quicker than he does. He kind of looks like he might have gotten touched a little bit by 63. I think that is 67 going by him. Let's look at it one more time. But here he is working the pocket. Left, covered, middle, covered, right side, covered, steps up. And you would really like to see him, maybe try to escape a little sooner than he did there. It's kind of hard to really complain about that one, because what's really nice about that, you're in the, tight, and he's doing a good job. Boom, boom, boom. You can actually see him going through all the way from the left side to the right side. Nobody's open. He's not, unfortunately on this one, he's not able to get out and use his legs to make a play. That happens sometimes with all these guys. But what I liked about that one is you're seeing him go through his progressions. The negative is we like to see him move a little bit sooner. And then they run this little flight sweep out to the right. Almost score. Gets him right down to the 1. That was blocked up really well. They get tackled at the 1. And then on 3rd and 1, they're going to run in for a touchdown. Under center, just straight goal line, straight ISO. Power right up the middle. Shift back. ISO right up the gut for a touchdown. They get the ball back. One of the other things in this game too is North Dakota State is playing from deep in their own end a lot. That's the other part of this one, and partly why I think the score's a little bit lower than some of the other ones. Is they're having to go. They're getting long fields a lot in this game. We see it here again. So there's a little run out to the right. They lose a yard. Motion across. Now remember we talked about earlier. Look at they've motioned this guy. Now they got the 2 receivers to the side. The tight ends here. They still got the safety deep, and they just widen out the linebacker. This is going to be an easy pitch and catch. He knows what. Remember, Trey Lance knows what the play is, right? He knows that he's got the quick out. He knows that he's got number 2 receiver on the quick out. He knows that he's going to get him, have him wide open. Pre-snap, he knows that. Just looking at the way that the coverage is set up, he just needs to make sure that this corner drops with his receiver, and he knows that this linebacker is not going to be able to cover his slot receiver. Sees it, and he hits it. Receiver does a nice little job after the play and converts it for a first down. So a lot of, it's really good scheming by the North Dakota State coaches, and it's also a good job of Lance understanding what he's looking at. You're going to see him at the snap of the ball, look to the right initially, quick, boom, turns his head, sees it, hits it, first down. Just a really good progression from him throughout. Then they come out here, and this is a 49ers, something we saw the 49ers run a lot of this year, where they just run this little swing out to the side with the receivers, but it's kind of like swing screen. They're really kind of hoping that the receiver can block that corner that's on the top of them, and they're running a screen game with just the receivers on the outside. And he sticks it on them. This isn't. There's nothing hard about this. You really want to. All that's hard is you want to make sure as a quarterback you can get it to him, like he just did there, where you're leading him up the field, so that he's catching the ball with his momentum going forward. So everything's headed in the right direction. He does a good job of putting the ball in the right spot. Receiver catches it moving forward, and is able to pick up another first down. It doesn't look like a lot because it's not. There's not really a lot there to that. But you want to make sure you get that ball in that upfield shoulder. He does a good job there. Now we got 1st and 10. A little running play out here to the right. Now we got 2nd and 7. Let's watch what they do again. Remember, 2nd and short, we've seen them in this situation a lot. Emotion. And here they are. This is very similar to what we saw in the previous formation, except for now he doesn't have anybody in the backfield with him. They have this little bunch kind of set over here with their tight ends. But again, you've got the receiver here, your linebacker, your safety's deep. Again, this is that they're going to run that same out concept we saw him run earlier. We've seen him run again and again. There's no way, now that especially now as he sees this guy blitzing pre-snap, he knows he's going to have this guy wide open, because there's no way that safety who is 10 yards off of him is going to be able to make a play. So really good job of, again, scheming between scheme and an actual execution. Coaches are doing a good job of scheming this up. Lance is doing a good job of seeing it on the field and executing what the coaches are putting in front of him and delivering the ball to where it needs to go. Gets the ball out of his hands quick, on the money, for another first down. Really nice execution right there. They come back from that. They have 1st and 10. Running situation a lot of times, and they're in heavy 22 personnel. Play action, they're running this little boot up, waggle out to the right. It's a good throw. It puts it right on the money. The guy drops it. You can't put this one on Lance. He has this one open. His fullback just doesn't hold on to the ball. Puts it right on him. Hits him in the face almost. But you're seeing him operate on offense in different ways. Running the scheme. Here we go. Boom. Play action. He got the flat. Hit him. Dropped. So again, really, really good though. Out of Lance. So far, you got to run out here to the side. And unlike most of the time with North Dakota State, they're just getting shut down on these running plays. So it's going to leave them in a 3rd and 10 situation. So definite passing situation. Let's see what they run. I'm going to slow it down. We can watch this through. They're running the crossers. He has 2 crossers. He's got a dig with another one behind him. He gets a little bit of pressure. Let's go back to a little bit faster. Both these guys are going to be coming across. He gets a flat. The flat's covered. This guy's what happens, and the reason it gets covered so well, and the reason he doesn't throw the ball. When he gets to the top of the drop and he goes to throw this, it looks like the first guy's well covered. The first crosser that we're going to see when they come out of the break, he's covered. So the man that's at the hash that's breaking now, he's covered because this guy's got inside leverage on him, and you can see that. The second guy, with that, his next movement should go to the second receiver on the in cut. He doesn't throw the ball though, because not only does he have the man right behind him, that guy's not going to make the play. But he's got the guy between him and the receiver. That linebacker is right in between there, and so he moves to his right, and then he tries to kind of throw it across late. So that late throw, that's bad. You don't want to do that. He's moving across. You're moving out to your right. You don't want to throw it back into the middle of the field. He's lucky it doesn't get picked off. But Let's watch it in full speed. First one's covered, second one's covered. Moves, just run the ball or throw it to your check down. If he's going to throw the ball right here at this point, when he gets out of the pocket, if he's going to throw it, he needs to throw it to the, I think it's the running back right here. That's the only guy that the ball should be coming out to, and even he's not a good option because he's covered at the point that he's going to throw it. So he really should have just taken that ball and run out of the sidelines instead of throwing that ball back across the middle. So good choice in the pocket not to deliver the ball to either of the two guys on the end cuts that he was looking for. Bad job at the end of the play, throwing it back inside to a guy that's covered. Boom, boom. And you can really see him on this one too. You can see him, he kind of takes a peek to the right side. Boom. You can see him look at both of those. Let's watch. Boom. Hits the first one. Hits the second one. You can really see him taking a look in that back. That's just that last part of that throw. I don't like that one. So that 3rd and 10 gets blown up. But he had done a really good job up to that point. So now we got 1st and 10. This is going to be really nice. This is going to be a play that you could see coming straight out of the 49ers playbook. You're going to get a vertical out of the left side, or down the right sideline, with the receiver coming up, the running back coming out of the backfield on a wheel. You see this all the time with the 49ers, where they'll do this. The receiver is going to run either vertical or he's going to run some kind of deep route, whether it's going to be straight up the field or a deep post. And then they usually it'll be like Juszczyk. In this case, it's the running back on a wheel right behind it. Really what they're looking to do is clear out the first route with the second guy coming in right behind that. Does that really well here. See it clear out. Those are right at the top of the linebacker. It's a little bit off. The receiver does a really nice job running back does a really nice job of getting up and making the play. Good design. This is a San Francisco staple of their offense, though. We see them run this, not every week, but often. And they just open the hole, and it's an easy pitch and catch. He just kind of hits a little behind him, which causes them to have to turn around. So you'd really like to see that be a little bit more accurate. You can see him. You can see on this angle. You can see him looking. Watch. You're going to see Lance. He's looking deep. He's looking for that deep shot. Turns and he hits the man. So he's doing a really good job of reading here and seeing what's happening, knowing where everybody's going. It's definitely not a one read kind of a throw. You're seeing him. They have the called shot play, but he's looking deep before he comes back underneath. So that's really nice. And then they come here. With another pass. Let's see where if he could have got this ball out a little sooner. Just slow it down just slightly to help us out. Hits his back foot. Nobody's open at the top of his drop, so he steps up. On the left side of the field, he's got two guys. They're not really into their routes by the time he starts to move and bail, and he hits the check down for a gain of about 6. When you watch it from this angle, though, you'll see that he's not really pressured to the point where he needs to take off. So he's kind of feeling the pressure. The routes aren't developing quick enough for him to really want to sit in the pocket. His internal clock is telling him to move. This is one of those plays that's kind of more on the bad side as far as his pocket presence. Because I think if he hangs in here, one of those two guys on the left side might have come open. If he just kind of sits there a little bit, he doesn't really need to step up quite as much as he's doing. But, gets out of there, finds a guy, makes a completion. Would like to have seen him go through his progression in the pocket just a little bit more. He kind of breaks down a little bit there, whereas a lot of times you don't see that out of him. Then on 3rd and 1 here, they get a false start, so it puts them back to a 3rd and 6 situation. Now, we've watched this enough, right? Where we've watched this game long enough where we know 3rd and 6. Well, right now it's going to be He's got to scramble and take off. They kind of went away on this one from what's been working for them a little bit as far as that quick out game on these situations. They actually, looking at the defense that they're running, look at their man across the board with 3 deep. They've got 8 guys at the line of scrimmage. Pre-snap. Sorry. Here we are, 2nd and 3. I think this is right at the end of the half, so it makes sense. There's only about 3 seconds to go in this one. That's why they've got the 3 deep here. And they're just trying to make something happen. Nothing's really open, and Lance takes off running. I'd like to see him just step out of bounds. There's no reason to really try to run through the guy. Not a bad first half. Look at the strength of Lance to be able to pull away from the defensive lineman grabbing his shoulder pads. Really nice. So here we are. First half, we've gone through the first half already. Pretty good performance out of Lance. He's got a couple of plays here at the end of the first half that you don't like. The second to last play where he's looking out to the left and kind of escapes. It could just be, again, his internal clock is sped up. Part of that could be the fact that they're down at the end of the half. He knows he's got to get the ball out of his hand quick so that they can try to maximize the number of plays they have. So he moves a little quicker than he might need to. And then that last one, they're not running a Hail Mary, even though that's the defense, what the defense is set up for. They get some pressure on him again. But there's a lot of good things that he's done throughout the first half as well. And they come out here. Remember, they opened up first. They usually open up the game with runs. Come out here, second half. This time they're going to fake it, run a little waggle out to the right. He does a good job hitting the second level out. Really nice, kind of a little flood concept off of the waggle action in the backfield. He gets a vertical on the outside with an out to about 10 yards. Does a good job sticking on him, and the receiver takes out of bounds a yard short of the first down. So really nice right here. Really good with the play action with the ball fake. That's something that you've got to. That's an important part of this whole process, right? The whole part of the whole play process is this ball fake, and he does a really nice job. He's showing the ball, giving it to him, pulls it back, and that really helps with getting everybody moving like you want them to. Don't really pay attention to that a whole lot, but it's something that you should. That's a really good job there on that. 2nd and 1, they're going to attack the linebackers right here. And it's a good read. He just overthrows it. So what they're doing is they're running both these running backs. They're using these running backs to attack the linebackers. They're going to run a flat, and then the back's going to come up the seam. Boom, he's got him. That's a tough one. They really need him to be they need this guy that's running through. The running back, as he's running through this, needs to really kind of try to get away from that middle linebacker, from the middle of the field. He's running a little bit too straight. I'd like to see him kind of maybe angle this one out just because of the way that this is set up in the backfield, the defensive backfield. If he's kind of moving around, moves a little bit just more to his left, it would allow Lance to be able to make a throw that's a little bit more over the top, where he doesn't have to throw us on such a line. And that's why it's an incompletion. He's got to get it up and over this linebacker, but he can't put too much air on it, because if he does, if he puts air under this free safety here is too close to where the running back is. So he's going to be able to make a play on the ball. So this ball's got to be on a line, which makes this a very detailed, very hard to hit throw because of the way that the lineman is and the way he's got to get the ball out of his hand. He does a really good job, though, of reading it, and just a little too high. Like I said, if he puts any loft on that one, that's going to be a tough one. The other thing would be if he could maybe hold on to the ball just a little bit. Instead of delivering it right there, if he lets the guy get to say right there before he delivers it, maybe they're able to get more into the ball and make it easier to throw. But, all in all, what I like about this one is the mental process that he goes through. He sees the read, he makes it, he wants to get the ball to his hand quick, throws the ball the way that it needs to. It's just a little overthrown. So it's a little bit of, you get some of the good, some of the bad. It's not a bad play overall. It's a pretty decent one. A really good job of seeing it, just a little too high. And then third one here, they get a false start. Let's fast forward to the false start. I need to see that. So instead of 3rd and 1, now they're backed up to 3rd and 6. We've watched enough of this film. 3rd and 6, when they come out in the formation, you should be able to tell me what the play is based off of the formation. So they're, they motion, here they come. They motion this guy across. What do they get? Now they got the same thing that they've been doing throughout. They're gonna go vertical with an out. There's no way in heck that this linebacker is going to be able to cover this. So if this safety drops back, if this safety in this corner drop back, he's got a completion for a first down. At the snap of the ball, they're both neither one of them is moving forward. It's an easy pitch and catch. Really nice, really good scheming on offense by the coaching staff to understand where Missouri State's going to line up for them. Really good job on Lance's part of seeing that as well, and then executing that, delivering the strike. And they do that. They've done that now 3 times, at least in this game, where they've come out, they put that guy in the slot knowing exactly what they're going to get, and they've hit it for a first down each time. So first down, now they're going to run the ball 3 times in a row. Nice run on first down for 1st and 10. Good defense stops them for 1st and 2nd and 9. And then here on 2nd and 9, you're going to get another run. Nice defense again, though, stops them for a loss of 3. So they're left with 3rd and 12. We're going to get a little screen right here out to the right side of the running back. It just executed really nice. Really good job of those linemen getting out in front of that. Lance does a good job of not rushing the throw. So this whole thing, there's just really good timing throughout this play. Let them get upfield, but not too quick. Those linemen are able to get out, give the guy some space. It's a big play down the sideline, but they get a personal foul tripping on one of the linemen downfield. So instead of having a first down deep in the red zone, they're going to be left with 3rd and 20. So what we see here is we see all verts with another guy, with the guy coming up underneath. And really what Lance is looking for here, Lance wants to go to the underneath route. You got vertical at the bottom. Number 2 is a vertical, 3 is a vertical, 1 to the top is a vertical as well. So those are your 4 verts. Number 2 from the right side, he's working one-on-one with the linebacker that's over the top of him. And he's going to, because everything's vertical underneath, he knows that he has he's going to have the middle of the field wide open. He knows that's where he wants to go with the ball. You can see him turn to it, but watch that linebacker as it rolls through. You're going to see steps up, he grabs. You get a hold, and now he's left to scramble. So, all in all, a really good play out of Lance. You can see the middle. He sees the deep drops. He's got that guy underneath. He knows he has the one-on-one. That's where he's going to go with the ball. That linebacker holds, which causes them not to be able to get the ball off. So that's going to leave him with 3rd and 6. Let's speed it up here. You can see it. 52 steps out, and let's watch 52. That's the guy that once all the verticals, he's going to turn to 52 or to that receiver. And there you see the grab. He almost tackles him. And so then he's left to scramble. 3rd and 6. He's got a, basically what he's got here is he's got a, they're basically, it's a flood concept out here to the left. You're going to get a vertical deep out, and then you got a guy dragging across the field as your second receiver. He's reading this one. I don't think he actually gets his eyes though all the way to the outside. He ends up scrambling here and picks up the first down. But what I want to go back and look at is I don't think he really gets his head all the way around. I think he's looking at number 2. I don't think he ever looks to number 1, because number 1 out here running the vert is open. This is a shot that he could take, but he's already turned off. He's already turned his head. And you're going to see that when we get to the play from the behind him. But this is when we're, depending on what their progression is right here, usually you're going to go 1 is the vert, 2 is the out, 3 is the crosser from it's going to be in the flat by the time he gets there. But I don't think he ever gets there. And it's well covered. He could probably hit that crosser at the bottom. Let's watch it from this end zone view. I don't think he really gets his head around enough to be seeing that vertical route on the outside though. I think right at this point he's looking at the out route. That's my guess. And he looks over the middle. He looks to him, but I don't think he really sees him. And he's got the movement around underneath him, and he takes off. So he's using his athleticism to get a first down. If this is in the NFL, though, I don't think he gets there because I don't think he's going to be able to run through the tackler as well as he does here. He gets by the linebacker there, who then eventually makes the play. But you got to remember, this is a Division I athlete that could have played at the FBS level, playing against FCS competition. So he's a better athlete than what he's going up against. That's not going to be the case when he gets to the NFL. He's not going to be better than everybody else on the field, like he pretty much is at North Dakota State. So that's just something to be, it's one of the few times we've seen him blow a read. And even then, it's really hard to say because, he looks to the left. I don't think he's seeing the hole on the left, which is, unfortunate. The second read on that out was definitely covered. The third read, which is the drag, was open. And then you had the running back going over to the other side. He kind of looked at all of it, but and he had a couple of options there. He had the deep out in the hole, or he had his number 3 option, and he passed them both up. So they're going to come back here on 1st and 10, run that little swing screen kind of thing. Again, that's a 49er concept. This one almost looks like wasn't that one. I think there's another one later on. But they run that there. He gets the ball out in front of him. Again, nice play. 1st and 10, you're going to see a play action. It's going to be a waggle out to the right side because he's going to get a blocker. That's what changed it to a waggle. Hits the flat. Nice little route by the fullback. If the 49ers draft this guy, that'd be fantastic because they might finally actually get to use Kyle Juszczyk in the way that they should have been using him for years. Because there's just he doesn't get the ball nearly enough for as good as he is. And when you watch Trey Lance, he's repeatedly throwing to that fullback. So if you put Kyle Juszczyk right here, just imagine Kyle Juszczyk, Raheem Mostert in the backfield. Play action, get that ball to Juszczyk and let him make plays. It's really easy pitch and catch. And then so from there, at that point, you got 1st and 10, I think, at the goal line. Basically 1st and goal. Yeah, so it's 1st and goal here. They're going to run the ball. They're going to lose 2. So now they're going to be left with 2nd and goal from the 12. 13. 2nd and goal from the 13. And this is one. This should be a touchdown. It's going to be play action. He's going to another waggle to the right, and he's got the tight end for a touchdown. Throwing the ball. By the time he throws the ball, it's late. Let's watch this again. Let's watch it from here to see if we can see it from this angle better. Play action. He's open now. He's open. Throwing the ball. He's even putting his hand up for you to throw it to him. Throw him the ball. Instead, he passes it. That guy's wide open. That tight end is wide open right in the middle of the field. That should be an easy pitch and catch for a touchdown. Instead, he passes it up, looks at the flat, uses athleticism. Now he comes back to him. He's not any more open now than he was earlier, but he decides to throw the ball, and he basically, he's not throwing it to him now. He's throwing it out of bounds. He's not even trying to hit him at the end. Just you can tell because the ball's just so high. But when he gets to the top of his roll, boom, get your head on that number 3. He's open. You're looking right at him, throwing the ball. Passes it up and throws it away. Missed opportunity. It was a good play call by the coach. They set it up perfect. The quarterback just doesn't pull the trigger on the open receiver. Now they come back. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 12. They're going to run a little fade with number 2 receiver from the right. It's pretty well covered. There's nobody else that's open. That's really the only guy that's open in this play. You know, he's got some room out here to the right side to work this. The receiver's looking inside, though. This would be an awesome play if they ran this one again. You'd really want him to, you know, in this scenario, let's have him run it almost more like a corner because of the way that it's set up. They've got this thing. If he's running this as a corner, look at all the space they'd have out here to the right to work with. But because of the fact that to running this as a fade, there's not as much room. He can't really lob. If he wants to lob it high and maybe we're to the corner, maybe the receiver can turn around and make the play. But, you know, that's not reality. So he tries to put it over there and make a, you know, basically put it in a perfect. He has to puts him in a situation where he's basically got to make a perfect throw here, and it's well covered and out the back of the end zone. So on that one, you know, it's really frustrating on the one play. The 2nd and 13 play though, that's where that's the money shot. He's got him wide open. The ball's got to come out to that tight end. It's an easy pitch and catch, or it should be. Passes it up early and misses the opportunity. So I think they kick a field goal there. Now let's come back to the next possession, though, 1st and 10. And they're going to run a little mesh. We're going to see they're going to run this one to the left side. This is where the ball's going. They run this little mesh concept. Everything kind of breaks out, and he's able to hit the tight end with a little quick curl. This is a really easy one. It's well set up and well designed. Creates an easy read for the quarterback. What you're going to get is you get the flat from one of the tight unit. Watch, you're going to see the flat out of the running back. He's going to draw the corner. So he sees it covered. You can see him turn back inside. Once this guy's there, he knows that he's got him, because in this he knows he's got in this alignment. He knows that this linebacker is going to run with this inside tight end. It's really kind of a bust. He's trying to carry that guy, which creates, they busted the coverage themselves with the route setup. So again, a really well schemed up route. Good job by the quarterback though of delivering the ball where it needs to go. Boom, sees it, hits him. You know, that's 2 times now where they've forced a bust in the coverage with a tight end, and Lance has stuck it right in the guy's chest both times. So really nice there. 1st and 10, we're going to have a run. You only gain a yard though. Second and 9. Little bootleg action. He's going to hit the comeback. Ball's a little high, but the receiver's able to make, you know, still get up and make the play. This isn't a situation where you're expecting the receiver to be able to catch the ball, really make a play after it, because he's running a comeback. You'd like this ball to still be a little bit more accurate, you know, down where he's able to catch it and step out of bounds. Does a good job getting outside. It's wide open. You can see, look, he's getting ready to throw the ball already, just as the receiver's making the break. Puts it on him. The receiver's able to get up, catch the ball, get both feet down and bounce. So it would have been a completion in the NFL as well. Here we go. It's a naked boot because there's nobody blocking for him out there. Nice catch, 2 feet in bounds. and first down. So again, nice concept. That's that whole, it's where he works well, coming from under center. 49ers like to run the ball a lot. They put pressure on the defense with that running. You put the pressure on the defense with your ability to run the ball. Now then you be able to come off of that with a quarterback that's able to run, get outside the pocket, throw the ball well on the run, which is something that they really haven't had in the Kyle Shanahan era in San Francisco, a quarterback that can escape to the outside on motion and deliver the ball like this. And it's just going to put so much pressure on the defense to be able to. It's just they'd be in a bind consistently with Lance under center. Again, because he works so much from that position, he can do that, and he can step back and get into the shotgun formation as well. At times, they try to run the ball here. That's with them, nothing happening. Then you got 2nd and 10. And they're going to run this the little receiver screen out here to the left. Boom. This looks like it was might have been a check situation. This is the one I thought earlier. I got my plays mixed up. This looks like it might have been a little bit of a check situation where he had all audibles to it at the line of scrimmage because the running back dives right into him. And that kind of blows up the play a little bit. It screws up the timing because his left shoulder gets hit as he steps away from center. He wants to throw the ball, but he gets hit in the back by his own man. You're going to see the fullback diving right into him. It's almost like there was a check that was missed. And there's that's that right there, that little hit by the running back into his shoulder just screws up the timing of the play and really blows it up. Now 3rd and 7. We've seen him run some different things. Now we're going to 3rd and 7. He's going to be in shotgun formation, so not under center on this one. And he just misses this one. This is a good read. He reads this correctly. They're running. North Dakota State is running a flood concept out here to the right side. He's got a vert deep out with the cross. The crosser becoming your flat receiver in the flood. And he's got him open. He's got the man right in his face, and he just airballs it. He just misses the throw. So it's a good read. It's going to the right guy. If he makes an accurate throw here, it's a first down. The pressure, just sails it. He's kind of getting. You can see him kind of you can see as he's going to throw it. You can see everything just gets sped up on the throw. You can see he's kind of not. Let's watch it here. Holds it. He's looking out there. He knows he's got it. Starts to throw. He just kind of doesn't get himself all fully able to follow through to get that ball down. Sails it out of bounds. Missed opportunity there for North Dakota State. Now they come out here. This is 1st and 10. And we're going to see another. This is a 49er concept again. They got the vertical route, which in this case they're running him inside with a wheel concept, and then he throws it to the flat. Really would have liked to have seen him stick with the wheel here and put the ball up. As they come through, what you're going to see is when the receiver starts to cut this ball not the ball, but when the receiver starts to cut up the field, you're going to see the corner is going to drop with them. You see the running back go, cornerback starts to drop. That's when Lance pulls off and goes over here. But I think if he sticks with that running back, the running back is already kind of on the corner. I can understand why he's pulling off of it. He's just not seeing it properly because he's of where he is on the field. So it's obviously harder for him to see than where we are. But he looks at it. You can see him looking at it right there. Let's watch it again. I'll stop it. Remember, you got this guy's running the post. There's your wheel. You can see him. You can see him looking at it. You can see him looking at it right here. And at that point, he's on top of it. But I think if he just sticks with it, he would have had that route open down the field. So that's one where Shanahan would get a little frustrated, I think, if he was to pass that up and take a check down on that. watch it from the end zone view. You're going to see him looking over there. Bring the motion, snap, play action, quick. He's looking to it, and then he passes it up in good coverage. Just came off it too soon. He needs to stay with it and take that shot. Then you got a run play here. I remember that pass play actually was a loss of 2. Then they come off of here and 3rd and 7, and they run again. We saw this earlier in the game, and I mentioned it. The 49ers with all that jet sweep action, they like to run with Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, run that guy across, fake it to him, and then run right up the gut with Trey Lance. It's a nice little play that you could bring him in if he's not the starter, even as a part of a package. Got another running play here. Little fake dive with the pitch out to the running back. Motion them across, so they're gonna. This is the situation they've run this a number of times, right? Where they've been here, and it looks like they're gonna. And we've seen them run outs. This time, they're gonna sit them down. Easy pitch and catch. Still, this time it's a sit. It's a curl instead of an out. But look at the cushion. He sees it. Nice, easy sit down. Get it to him. Let him try to make a play. They don't really gain a whole lot there. They get about 4. But it's a good job. He sees it pre-snap. He sees the look. Knows right where he needs to go with the ball. Looks quick to his left and then lifts his head around and puts it on him for a completion, short completion. 3rd and 8 here. They're gonna try to run a screen. Out to the right, it's well covered, and it gets blown up. Trying to buy time. Does a really good job. 52 is a heck of a linebacker. Does a nice job. He gets over and makes the play. And so now at this point, it's 15-0. This is actually going to be their last possession of the game. They open up here on 1st down with a run. You see him changing the play at the line of scrimmage. There's your run. Gain about 3. Sets up 2nd and 7. This could be a really nice one. Oh. What did I do? So here we are on 2nd and 7. This is going to be a really nice job. He's going to do a good job of finding the right guy based on the coverage. Look how as it starts to break open, he knows he has one-on-one between his receiver and a safety. The safety's pretty flat. He's looking out to the right side. It's well covered. He might have the one crosser there, but he's got the deep shot and he's got him open. And he takes it. It's an overthrow, but this is 100% on the, again, this is the 2nd time in this game. I mentioned it earlier on the deep throw out to the left of the first, I think it might have been the 1st or 2nd series where the receiver trips up. On this one, it's the same thing, and you can see it. Watch the receiver down at the bottom of the screen where he goes to throw the ball. Watch, I think it's number 11. I think he's right here. He's going to stop. He's going to get to the top of his drop, and this guy just kind of he just pulls up. He just stops his route, and Lance goes to him. He's just not expecting the ball to come to him. And so in this situation where the receiver lets him down, it's a good read. He's got one-on-one between his receiver and a safety. The receiver should win that all day. He would have if he just runs the route. Watch, stops right here, just slows down, and then he sees the ball coming and he speeds up again. So, he could have hit that little crosser, would have got a first down because it was third and 7. He could have hit the flat over here. You're going to see the receiver, a tight end in the flat. See the tight end coming. He's open, but he's got the deep shot. You got to take it when it's there, and it's there. The receiver just stops his route, so really screws up the play. That's 2nd and 7 there, and then it's gonna leave him with 3rd and 7. But you can see through this. Let's watch him here from the end zone view. He's looking deep at the safety. He sees what he's got, and he takes the shot, and number 11 just doesn't give him a chance because he doesn't run through the play. You come back here though, 3rd and 7. We're late right now in the game. North Dakota State's up. And you get this vert with again, it's kind of a flood concept. You got this guy coming across the field. This is going to become your deep out in your flood. See, here's this guy's going vert. Here's your flat. Now you got this guy coming across. So it's kind of a flood concept. Really good job of reading the field, seeing that, hitting him. Really nice ball. Good play all around. Gives him a first down. That's the ball game at that point. Let's watch from the end zone view. Boom. You can see him looking over there. You see it. It's really nice. As you can see with his eyes. You can see that he's looking deep. He's looking deep. Quick flat, not open, hit the middle. Boom. He just so quick. He's nice, compact in the pocket. Once he sees it, the ball comes out of his hand quick. So they're just the rest of this is running. They're up 15-0. They're going to end up winning the game 22-0. I don't know how they get the last score, but it's not anything that we need to look at because there's no more throws from Lance. But Lance is a guy who, the more and more you watch him, the more I've studied him. The first time through, I was so on him. The second time through, you're seeing a lot of things that you like on tape, especially after hearing the way that Shanahan, again, big, strong quarterback, tough, plays well from the pocket, plays well from under center, moves when he has to. Every once in a while, he's going to move when he doesn't need to, but he's not. It's not a situation where like yesterday when on my breakdown with Zach Wilson, where you see Zach Wilson just moving around in the pocket for no reason, and then missing the throw. He's moving. He's not just fading around in the pocket willy-nilly. So really like that about him. His ability to hit the ball, hit his throws on the run, his ability to go down the field with the ball. There's just so much to like about Trey Lance. Really would have liked to have seen him get a full 2020 season and to really see him back this season up. And on top of that, to see how he would have performed in 2020 with all the pressure that had kind of been heaped upon him. Because, this season was kind of his breakout. Everybody started talking about Trey Lance. And, by the time he played in October, he was a guy that people were talking about as being a first rounder. So, it would have been fun to have seen him go through that process of being the guy and how he would have responded to it. Unfortunately, he's limited to one game. But all in all, when you look at these quarterbacks that are available in this class, Trey Lance definitely deserves to be in the top of this. And if the 49ers go with him at number 3, there's definitely no reason for anybody to be upset with that because he really shows the ability to make the plays that the 49ers are looking at here. Let's just see if there was any questions. Sorry, as I'm going through it, I don't have the comments available. But, there's definitely, like it says, likes the anticipation. Just kind of going through some of these. But, really, really nice performance all around out of Trey Lance in this one, as I said. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Going to be back. There's still a couple more games I think I'll be doing with Lance, and then we'll be jumping into some Justin Fields, and then we'll get over to Mac Jones last. So, hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, click on the subscribe button, and we'll definitely be back with you soon. Have a great day, everybody.